Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy Poison Okami here, me, myself and I, back at it again with another video, and today's video is going to be a character guide for Momoshiki Ōtsutsuki. So Momoshiki was a new character that was released about a year ago from today, like around about last year, April, and you know, everybody in the Storm community was very excited about him. After a year of playing him, I found that he hasn't got a lot to him in terms of variety, but he is a very good character to use just for the basic gameplay, just because, you know, his mash has got a very good range and everything, but we'll get into that in just a second. So let's have a look at his items. So his item is 2 defense down tags, 2 paper bombs, up guard rate pill obviously, and then 2 speed up pills. So he is okay to have at the start of the team in my opinion, in terms of, like, you know, damage per second. You know, the act of doing, you know, defense down tag, and then combine that with like a paper bomb or whatever is good. Then combine that with like strike back if you have pain on the team, or you want to switch Momoshiki after he land the knockback attack, will land very good damage for you. But yeah, let's take a look at the combos and everything from Momoshiki. So his first hit is IC1. It's got very good range on it, very good. Like, as you can see, I can hit it from far away. Now I'm playing in 60 FPS, so it does look a little better. I know in 30 it won't look as long, I don't believe. But yeah, his first hit is very good, very useful. And then his combo as a whole, so what you're looking for in this infinite is his IC4. So it's when he does the rocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where like your infinite is. Now you can actually see I actually just walk across like this. So that's one way of doing the infinite, or you can hollow step it. Hollow stepping makes the infinite much faster, or you can do the very old and traditional ninja move. Oh, sorry. You can do the old and traditional ninja move pill. So if you're gonna attack pill, that'd be very useful, and whatever else. His other combo, so this is his neutral combo, doesn't have enough stun to do anything else. Same with his down combo as well. So down combo, you know, just not good enough to actually do anything. Even though I did that slowly, I do believe you can actually continue the combo on it from jump chakra dash. You can, so if you jump chakra dash at the end of that, that's like full down combo before the cutscene to do that. And then we have his up combo. So his up combo is great because we can actually do forced landing frames from it. So with forced landing frames, or as I like to call guard manipulation, is doing something like this, but obviously you got to do the timing correctly. So I had to do this part of the up combo right here, jump, wait, chakra kunai, and then you can reset it. Do the same with a chakra dash as well. And another cool thing is that from that you can actually, if I just give myself unlimited chakra for a second. So yeah, another good thing about it is that you can actually do an ultimate jutsu from it as well. There you go. So with that, we're able to force the landing frames there with the kunai and then land an ultimate jutsu, which is super, super helpful. Other than that, that is pretty much like what you need to know about his combos. The thing is like, the problem is Momoshiki is like, after his IC4, so after this landslide here, the opponent is actually able to move away. Like this landslide doesn't actually create enough block stun for you know, for him to actually stand still the whole time. I can't really demonstrate it with a CPU because if I try to turn them on to ninja move, they'll either try to attack me, use a tilt, or they just won't even ninja move out the combo, or they just release their block and get hit at the wrong times. So you just have to take my word that they can. Usually what some people do is like, basically if your opponent for whatever reason doesn't ninja move out the combo, a good combo to do on block is the up combo. You can actually do the full up combo on block. So that is a very handy one to do. So you can do the tornado and then the flames after a tornado like this, and then do something like that. And then a good guard pressure combo to do is this. Oh, sorry, my bad. Is to do like, let me reset the block. So I like to just do like a few hits and then just do something like that. If you do it like kind of faster than that though, there we go, like that. The opponent has no space to breathe. If you do the chakra shuriken straight into the next character, you'll be breaking guards instantly. This is actually in conjunction with my like how to break guards easily tutorial. So basically it's like the same logic as that. The act of Momoshiki just doing this is very helpful. If I actually just turn off my storm gauge a second, you know, you can get him into like red health or whatever, so that's very helpful. So yeah, because he's got like very kunai like, you know, he's got very kunai like, you know, kunai, I guess you call it. So yeah, very helpful in terms of that. And then with his combos as well, you can also do like jails as well. It's very hard to do. Like the timing has to be like precise. So if you remember my gel tutorial, in that tutorial I talk about the different types of gels. Some characters, they slide down the block, others they float. See, Momoshiki actually floats. You see he hits and then he floats. So basically, what you need to do with this is a very short hop. By doing a short hop like this, it will look much better for you. So yeah, so good example is actually no. So basically bad example is this, good example is something like that. It might actually work better with the IC3. But yeah, it's fun to play around with, and then if you're like in a very intense, like high momentum situation, you might surprise yourself and actually land it a lot more than I am here. But yeah, sometimes that is guaranteed, sometimes it's not. You know, it's just one of those gels where like it depends on like your inputs and how fast you are able to like basically hit it. That's basically it. But I wouldn't like attempt this all the time, but it is still fun to do if you can land it. Another thing with Momoshiki is that with his up combo, you can actually get extended stun from it as long as you catch them while they're on the ground as well. So if you do this, as it starts, as you can see, I was able to equip a pill and continue the combo. It's like the same concept on block, so you can do this on block and then do that. So if they for some reason can't move out of the combo and you do manage to get the full up combo against them on block, then yes, basically his up combo is your best friend in terms of how to, you know, pressure and how to extend combos. Momoshiki is very good for that. Another fun combo to do is doing his neutral combo and then actually doing the same thing as like what Jiraiya does. So you can actually like chain air hits with him, but it's much harder to do with Momoshiki. Much harder to do. So you can do something like that, so like a nice little forced landing frame type thing. But yeah, it's quite hard to do because you need to do like short hops and make sure that you're completely accurate when doing so. It is quite hard to do, as you can see. Like trying to comfortably do it is hard. It's mainly like a stylish thing to show off with rather than anything else. Like, you know, it's just like, obviously his air combo doesn't have a lot of range on it, but basically the whole concept is like, it's basically just doing that. So you can do like the same thing as Jiraiya. You can do this in 30 FPS as well, because I'm playing 60. But yeah, see, that's like the best way to go about it, and then you can like land like your sick combos from it like that or whatever. So yeah, that's like one thing you can do. I've done it a few times in fights just to show off. It's more like a show off combo. Obviously, like the only benefit of it is that it does give like extra damage, and that's a really good gel, by the way. You know, it does give extra damage, but other than that, yeah, it's just like a thing to show off with. And then lastly, for his combo section of the video, we do have his air combo reset. So just chakra dash right there. You didn't have to equip the pill, I just do it for effect, but like this. And then yeah, the sooner you chakra dash after the, you know, the second air hit, the better. So if you do 1, 2, as you start in the animation for the third hit, you want to cancel it as soon as possible by going into like the next combo, you know, by going into the chakra dash. So 1, 2, there. And you can get a perfect round reset. You can do it like this as well. So back chakra dash. With the back chakra dash, you actually have more stun. So I show it here, like this. So she lands and blocks right away. But if I do, see how she actually takes a lot longer to block that way. So one could argue that doing this gives you better stun, but the only other problem is that it costs resources. Like by doing that, you're having to use your support gauge. So that's like the only problem, but you can guarantee a nice little ultimate jutsu from it as well though, so that's pretty cool. I do need to talk about, before I move on, actually I do need to talk about the juggles as well. So he does have a juggle, so you can do air combo, and then you can do IC2 or IC3. 1, 2, 3, jump, chakra dash, 2, 3, jump, chakra dash, and then you go to your next character and then do the whatever juggles you know with your other characters. Eventually get a nice ground combo reset, and then go about your day with this nice infinite combo that you learned earlier. So that's pretty much about it for Momoshiki in the combo department. Okay, moving on. So next part I wanted to talk about, I guess, let's get his tilt out of the way since I just showcased it. So his tilt is really good because it absorbs Jutsu and actually gives him chakra. Not only that, but it can actually absorb pretty much anything else in the game. So I will demonstrate this to you now. If you guys want me to basically make a video on like on how to, you know, on what he can and cannot absorb in the game, I can actually make a video on that for you guys. But I think it's pretty obvious that he can absorb pretty much anything. So I'm going to turn on the ninjutsu for Yugito, and then we just need to wait for her to do the ninjutsu. Because she's a CPU, she's going to be really difficult about it. But when she does eventually do it, we can just use the tilt, and then yeah, she'll do that. So the tilt, as we know, if the opponent walks into it, that happens. And then obviously we can absorb it completely. Now if I just drain my chakra, now this isn't good because I got full chakra, so let me just drain my chakra, just get rid of it. Okay, now we just need to wait for Yukito. Not that close. So we can absorb the tilt, and the tilt gave us chakra, as you can see. And there you go, as you can see there, it gave me chakra for her mouse hairball. Now, if I just drain my chakra a lot more, I just want to see exactly how much chakra this can give me. So it gives me a fair bit of chakra. Like, if anything, it gives near enough, maybe almost the same amount as like how much it costs her to do the jutsu. Probably just a little bit less than how much it costs her to do the jutsu, but yeah, that's pretty much about it. And then when an opponent is up close to you like so, it actually creates stun. So, you know, you can actually convert off of it, as you can see, but the stun isn't very long. So that's how long it is. So first stun, looks like that. Second stun, like that. It's 3 hits in total, so 1, 2, 3. But that's pretty much about it. So it's good for absorbing things. So if you know that someone's going to be doing like switch check jutsu, or they're going to throw random jutsus at you from across the stage, just absorb it with Momoshiki. You know, that's pretty much the best way you can go about it. Let's have a look at his grab. So his grab is really good because it's got long range. As you can see, I can hit it from like quite far away, like from back here or whatever. Very, very useful stuff. You know, I can land it from here, go all the way across. And another good thing, as you can see, it gives him attack up. So if you take a look at the grab damage it takes when he's doing it normally, that's the damage it takes there, if you take a quick note of that. And then if you take a look at the damage now that his attack's up, it increases ever so slightly. Now the attack up doesn't seem to be a lot, but obviously, as you can see, the more I do stuff like this, the damage does add up. So yeah, with the grab, there's pretty much nothing else. Like, that's the thing is, like, it grounds the opponent. So the only thing you can think about doing is doing an Oki setup. So what I like to do is this. Just ninja move, and I just go as fast as possible like that. That's pretty much what I like to do. So just ninja move like this, and then straight into the combo. As you can see, I didn't bounce off the block or anything, and I'm able to do this combo pressure right here. But yeah, in terms of grab, that's pretty much about it. Like, you know, you do that, do something like that, or, you know, it's basically just like mix-up potential after that. So once you land the grab, you know, you can bait him out with like a chakra dash or whatever. I've got to do that like a little faster though. You know, do something like that, or, you know, it's just like baiting them out. Like, you know, like if they think they're gonna pressure them, they'll just like counter or something on wake up, so then you can just land an ultimate jutsu. Like, at that point, it's just like 50-50 mind games. That's literally all it is. It's just 50-50 mind games. So let's take a look at his jutsu. So his jutsu is like a bit of a hit and miss in terms of how good it can be. So he can use it in the air, as you can see, and you can kind of chain him back to back. But it takes a while to actually ninja move out of it, because you can ninja move out of air jutsus, but as you can see, he drops a little bit. See, I'm spamming the X button, he drops a little bit, and then he proceeds to ninja move, which, you know, it can be a bit of a problem. And again, this thing has no tracking as well. So like if we take a look, if you turn on the computer and then to ninja move, I have Yuki ninja moving, and even if she jumps back, it still doesn't hit her. She jumps forward, then back, it still didn't hit her. So yeah, the problem is with that jutsu is really bad tracking. Like, it goes in a straight line and it's very wobbly. It's very similar to Roshi's air fireball. Very weird and wobbly type animation whilst it's traveling. So the best way to go about it is to jutsu switch tech with it and then just pin your opponent down. You just want to give them pressure with it, because, you know, just doing stuff like that, you can convert off it into an air fireball, because the way it hits, it lifts the opponent up, and then you can land like an air combo or whatever. So as you can see, you can do like some nice combo like that. Obviously, you can't really see what I did because of the flames, but what I did there is I did the jutsu. I switched to pain through kunai, tilted, switched to the next character, did like an air combo with Sasuke or whatever. That's like, you know, it's just like a conversion thing. So like, because of the stun, you can, you know, convert off it, which is pretty fun. But other than that, yeah, like actually like hitting the jutsu, you basically just want to just switch check it, and then, oh, you don't want to do that. But yeah, switch checking it is good. Like, and if you ever want to throw this out in the neutral, you can do it to get space. Like, doing this to get space is always fun. You just have to be careful when you're landing on the ground, because obviously when you're landing on the ground, you could get forced landing frames. So if I come this way, you'll be able to see a little bit better. I'm holding block, and he takes like a short while to block. You know, they are able to like dash you or whatever. And another good thing about it is that it actually takes, it doesn't take very many chakra. Like, if you take a look, it takes a little bit more than a chakra dash, or near enough the same as a chakra dash actually. So I think just a little bit more actually. Yeah, just a little bit more than a chakra dash. But yeah, very, very useful. Good for keep away and very good for running in. So I always say in my tutorials to run inside the jutsu, you know, like this. So make sure to do that. So another thing with this kunai, if you ever hit ground the opponent, just be sure if you want to land a kunai on the ground, you cannot do his like standard kunai. As you can see, they completely miss. You know, no matter how you knock them down, they just completely miss no matter what. I don't know why. It's just how CC2 just made it. So if you ever want to land this, you need to do chakra shuriken. So knock them down, and then chakra shuriken to get extra ground damage or whatever when they're on the ground. Alright, so now we will go into his awakening mode, and we will take a look at that. Again, there isn't like a lot we can do in his awakening. It's very simple. I think in terms of awakening, Kinshiki kind of beats Momoshiki. But yeah. So anyways, so the full combo looks like this. You can't even cancel the last hit. As soon as he knocks him into the air, if you leave it, then he will continue to finish the combo by himself. Again, Awakening has the same problem with the kunai. You have to use chakra kunai when they're grounded. Infinite is here, so you have to hollow step it though, because he bounces them off the ground, and you obviously can't cancel the ninja movement. So what I do is this. Does like a juggle though, which is like the only problem. And the thing is, I've actually tried doing this in 30 FPS, and you cannot do this in 30 FPS. I can only do this combo in 60 FPS for some reason. You know, because just things just work differently in 60 FPS. Storm is like completely different. So yeah, just be aware of that. So PC players, you'll be able to land this a lot better than what a console player can. And the thing is, his IC4 is where the infinite is at, but the IC4 contains 2 hits. So as you can see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 4th one is 2 hits, which is a pain. It's actually a real big pain. I can't believe CC2 actually made it like that. So, but if you ever do want to do like a combo extension or like a conversion to another character, a way to go about it is 1, 2, 3, 4, do the cancel with the awakening action. So you see one of his awakening actions is gone. So awakening action like so, and then he can go with the next character. That's usually how I would go about it. Now, the reason why I say to use the birds like that is because it actually saves you resources. So, because you could just do this. You know, you could just do a back chakra dash or something, but by doing a back chakra dash, you're actually wasting resources by doing so. So, to save resources... Now, you could argue, but yeah, you're using your awakening action, you know, to do that, and that's a resource. And you're very right in saying that. You're actually very correct. But... I just think it's actually least important resource for you to use in his awakening. Because the reason why is because it's literally just the same as his jutsu. It does that, and it takes quite a long time for him to get it charged up. And the thing is like if you cancel it too early, it just cancels the whole thing. It doesn't continue. The thing is, these awakening actions aren't very good at all. Not very good. I'd only recommend using it for like... If you're like long range and they're about to approach you, just charge one of those and then charge with it, I guess. You know, do something like that. Like, it's just not an ideal like thing to do. Anyway, just look at his other assets in his awakening. So he has his tilt. It's very similar to Jubito's base form tilt. Just like fires a bunch of like kunai at you like that. Very useful. The thing is, the stun is not very good. Like, you know, you can't switch and convert off of it or anything. As soon as you switch out, he stops. So, like, I guess you could say it's like a nerfed version of Jubito's, tilt. But the only good thing about it is it actually does a lot of damage, you know, if you do hit it. So, if you do hit it, it's like quite a bit of damage. So, I guess it's like a... I'd say the purpose for this is using it in long range and using it to zone, or for aggressive player when they're coming at you, just to keep them away from you. Get extra damage and combos like that, and then go away. Get in their heads a little bit, you know, mind games. Just use it for like zoning and keeping away, and you know, for anchoring them at one spot like that. That's the best way. Now let's move on to his grab and his awakening. So his grab is actually my favorite thing because it comes out so fast. He does like an instant dash, comes out super fast. You can trap him and wake up with it because he just travels so fast. Obviously, they can't counter anything because, you know, it's a grab, it's unblockable. So their only options is that if you time it wrong, they can move away, or they'll be forced to sub it. Or they can try at the right time to switch characters. But this is really good. So like if you're doing like combo pressure, just force one of those out. Really, really good to do. Sadly, you can't switch and get like a strike back because obviously you don't get strike back in Awakening. Like if one of your characters in Awakening, you just have to deal with that. But I think his grabs is one of my favorite things about him. Just literally, and he travels so far as well, like about mid-range. He just goes so far. Sadly, he doesn't go like the full screen. So if we go all the way to the back of the stage, like over here, he only goes about mid-range. So anything from like this vicinity, you'll do it. He'll lunge forward and just give him a good whack for you, which is really good. And then let's talk about this jutsu in the Awakening, the Crimson Rasen. So this is a godsend in terms of switch tech and approach, because it's a big ass planetary jutsu that you can move with. It does good chip damage on block, and it's a very good starter to start your guard pressure combo as well. So, you know, you can be Momoshiki, you can just do this, you can travel with it. Instant guard break, you know. Now, and if you want to know how I did that guard break, all I did was literally just do the Crimson Rasen, travel with it, wait for it to hit, chakra dash, and then kunai the block. So if I just reset the block real quick, so Crimson Rasen, you know, travel with it, and then you basically do something like that. Now, what I did there is I chakra dash from the air. You do not want to chakra dash from the air because doing this doesn't break the guard, as you can see. This does. So yeah, what I did was chakra dash. Now the thing is, like, Pain actually does that very well, but yeah, you can pretty much do that with other characters. It's very good, and you can also implement that into combos as well. So you know, if you have a combo going or whatever, you know, got Sasuke going like this or whatever. I don't know, say like you just do this, do something like that. get a lot of damage off like that, as you can see. Make something work like that. Look at the big damage if you switch to him as well. If you switch to him during it as well, it's big damage. And yeah, it's just good for pinning him down. You know, I think it travels across the whole stage. Like, I think it actually does last for like a very long time as well. So we can test that now. Yeah, it literally like kind of doesn't stop until it hits the opponent. So they'd have to like really like in their best interest just dodge as best as they can. And just look at all that pressure, like the fireball, the Crimson Rasen, like that is very troublesome. And if you can pin them down whilst all that is happening, then you know you're having a good time. But that's pretty much it. I'd say the main purpose for this awakening, mainly from Momoshiki, is just doing the Crimson Rasen and pressuring with it. Like, you can do his combos or whatever, as long as you do the Phoenix cancel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do that. That's like the best way for you to go about it. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much about it for his awakening. His air combo is very bland. Like, he doesn't have anything going on in his air combo. You know, it's just a 3-hit thing. You know, you can't really do anything with it. It's very bland. For those of you wondering, you can actually do a buffer with it, so like that. But that is pretty much Momoshiki in a nutshell. That's pretty much everything I know about Momoshiki Otsutsuki. Any of you that wants to add on to anything that I may have missed in the comments, like any tech he has or anything interesting, be sure to add it. But everything I can think of, I've pretty much just done. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for Momoshiki Otsutsuki. As always, it's been the boy Yamanaka's Poison, or Poison Okami, and matane.